Let's hear from the president and CEO of Hockey Canada, standing by with David Amber. That is, of course, Tom Renney. David?
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, the architect behind this executive group. But what went into this decision? Doug Armstrong is the GM and a talented group of assistant GMs under him.
I think obviously success in the National Hockey League, no question of that, David. I think beyond that, certainly the international success that that the individual have, and it's interesting across the National Hockey League. There's a lot of that, to say the least. But certainly with this group here, we needed to make sure that we had the experience of winning in the international game, if you will, and identify the success that people have had in the NHL too. That being said, this is an outstanding group led by Doug.
How does this challenge change for you? You're not allowed to collect the Connor McDavids, the young, the Aaron Ekblads, the under 23 players. How's that changing things from your scope as you develop now the players behind these management team?
Yeah, I don't know that it changes a whole lot. You pay attention to your management group for sure. Obviously, there'll be a scouting group, and there'll be the bird dogs that they have in every arena across North America to identify with the Canadian players that are performing well. It's a younger demographic, that we deal with in the World Junior Championship, under 18, those types of things. The NHL, we're dealing with the very best in the world, period, and that's exciting, given the fact that these fellas are charged with putting that group together.
Now, I talked to Doug Armstrong, Ken Holland. They said it was a no-brainer. They get the call from Tom Renney. They were there in a heartbeat. What about the players? Will there be a unique challenge sort of eating into what was conventionally their sort of time off or their training time to say, we need you to compete for Canada, where nothing short of gold will be accepted?
Right. I think, and this is only me speaking, I believe that the timing of the event is good. I think the players will be certainly in their training mode by then anyway. They'll be on the ice. They'll be doing everything they possibly can to be ready for training camp. It might escalate that by a couple of weeks for sure, but the bottom line is, they want to play hockey, and the sooner they can do that and be this competitive this early, I think sets them up nicely for their season.
What about the coaching decision? There's a lot being already debated in our studio, and I'm sure amongst Canadians, who should be the man leading behind the bench? There's
so many good candidates, and I'm sure the names that people are throwing around are legitimate, to say the least, and there are some that are obvious, of course. But we'll take our time. We've got we have enough runway in front of us to make sure that we get an opportunity to discuss each and every one of these candidates, and there are good ones. There's some outstanding coaching getting done in the world nowadays, certainly by Canadians. No different than the National Hockey League, where really the cream of the crop exists, and we'll pay attention very, very closely to who's doing what.
Well, congratulations on the executive team that you've assembled so far, and best of luck over the next 15 months, Tom.
Thanks, David. Appreciate it.
All right, Jeff.